Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the practice session. It's a morning one. Pretty gloomy morning, though. It's raining pretty bad. We're gonna stay inside and practice, as we would do even if it's a nice day. Let's go ahead and hop to it. And of course, how could I forget? I wouldn't forget, because I'm hungry, and it's the morning. A chocolate one today, I guess. So how about this? Today, let's work on some Bach. You ever consider that? I really want to start with the fugue, because I really want to get it memorized. I just want to work on it. And it's easier than learning new stuff in the Siciliana and the Adagio. But I feel like that's probably what I should start with, just to cover more territory. I might work on all three of them in the first hour, and then only play, like, some of the fugue for you. And then next really work on the Siciliana and the Adagio. I need to work on the soar as well, though. I really need to go through my soar Mozart variations, because that's an important piece for a lot of reasons. Like, I really want that to be an audition piece, so I need to keep up with it. We'll see where we end up. We're making good progress through everything. I have been thinking a lot about Julian Bream recently, so maybe we'll look up something with him. That'd be kind of fun to start another Julian Bream series. Maybe that's what's on the agenda today. That's pretty much it, though, so I guess we can just go ahead and jump into this one. So, I'll see you there. Well, if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't exactly feel like 100% right now. I don't know, I kind of feel like how I felt last night, where I just don't really want to do it, and I kind of just want to go back to bed. But I'm going to just sit with my music, and this is something that happens sometimes. Like, it happens to everyone, where you just don't really feel like doing it. And when that happens, it helps if you just, don't even do it. Just, sit there. So right now, I'm, in my mind, I am not committing to a full practice session. I'm just telling myself, just practice for a minute, 5 minutes, and see how you feel. So, just long enough for my hands to get warmed up. And I bet you, once I get there, I won't want to stop. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into it reluctantly. So, I'll see you on the other side. I think I'm about done practicing the Bach for now. So you know what, I'm just going to give you a talent show version of this, where I'm just going to play everything I have. All three of the movements that I've been working on. So, here we go. So for the Adagio, the first bit. And then into the fugue. I'm going to play up to the high part, because I've just been working on trying to take the personality out of the beginning and all that, getting the rhythm really tight. So, fingers here. There's that, and then also the end page, which let me just go right to it. Let's see if I can play it from memory. Rushing. That's the ending. So I'm working on memory for that. Okay, and then I added a new measure to the Siciliana. So here it is. Nah, I could be going slower. That's the new measure, and I'm done. Okay, so we're making our way through the entire sonata, so pretty cool. Okay, let's take a little bit of a break and do something else. What we have here is Julian Bream at the BBC. This has some performance in it, but it also just has some stuff about his life, so that should be kind of interesting, right? Let's take a look.
Julian Bream is the ultimate guitar hero.
Who here started on Guitar Hero? I was Guitar Hero too. Julian Bream's the ultimate guitar hero.
A virtuoso and a showman, in his 50-year career,
Gonna drive in his car. What a cool guy.
Bream pioneered the place of the classical guitar in British musical life. To the energy of William Walton, we'll explore his roots in the hot jazz of Django Reinhardt.
The hot jazz. Ooh, we're gonna get into Julian Bream's hot jazz. I can't wait. Whoa! Is that Julian Bream playing? Oh my god, that's awesome.
And discover how he revived the long-forgotten Elizabethan lute repertoire.
Dude, Julian Bream is the man. Truly, like, spans like 1,000 years. Look at him. 500 years, whatever.
And through the magic of television, he even duets with himself.
That's really bizarre. How many Julian Breams can you handle? I think 2 is the maximum, honestly. Julian Bream here with Julian Bream.
Good looking, with sparkling eyes and the...
They took the words right from me, I mean, yeah. Sparkling eyes, what a good looking man.
the antithesis of the highbrow, remote classical artist.
Playing some Villalobos. This is the only prelude I never learned. I learned 1, 2, 3, and 5. Dang, it sounded pretty cool when he played it. I didn't learn it because I always thought it was kind of boring. I don't know, maybe I have to learn it now.
The most important thing, and certainly the most satisfying thing about playing the guitar, certainly as far as I'm concerned, is the intimate contact one has with the strings.
Yeah, you don't have to push down any like buttons to make the strings sound. You're touching them.
You can get piquant shades, you'll see, like this.
Why has he gotta use that one?
Or you can get a normal tone colour of the guitar. Or a harp-like velvet quality. And if you really want the effect, you can make a pizzicato sound like this.
Don't look at me like that, Julian. Don't you dare look at me like that.
Julian Bream is London-born and London-bred. He comes from Battersea and he lives in Kensington. His friends are artists, sculptors, businessmen and barmaids. He's meeting people all the time on his job, and the job takes him all over the world.
Cheers, everybody, and a best of luck.
I relate with that, Julian. Wow, that's funny. Though my job does not take me anywhere. It takes me here. And I meet imaginary friends. It's great. I do drink sometimes, though, so that's kind of similar.
It is not. It'll be at his own flat. Julian...
There we go. That's more my speed now.
This is where it all began for Julian Bream, with the music of Django Reinhardt, the guitarist who made the Hot Club of France so famous in the 30s and 40s.
Who would have guessed? Julian Bream playing jazz. That's awesome. I'm not gonna say the G word. They're using the slur G word jazz. I think there was another name for it that you can like call it. The music of Django Reinhardt is what I'm talking about. Times are a-changing. This is my show. I'm gonna choose what I say, and I'm not saying that. There's a French word for it. Jazz manouche? Manouche? How do you pronounce that? Jazz manouche, that's what we call that. You can also call it the hot club, or what was it? Hot club style jazz, which I think I like that one more. The hot club style jazz. That is what we're doing. It's just so crazy because I never would have guessed that like such an insane classical guitarist would be so diverse too. Because that is diversity in the classical world. If you're playing jazz and like that, like yeah, oh yeah, man.
After my lessons, I used to pop onto a bus, toddle across Battersea Bridge, and visit my grandma at her pub.
Alright.
This is all that's left of my grandma's pub.
That was after he was shredding his jazz and the place burned down. I hope no one got hurt, sorry.
And it was on this piano that I used to play on a Saturday night, and, well, I used to sometimes make 5 bob if I was lucky. They used to have a whip round on the cap. Well, in those days, it was very good money. When I first began to play the guitar, it was not the classical guitar, but the jazz guitar. And my career was really getting underway, but unfortunately, I was called up for my national service in 1952. I was on draft, for career in fact, and I really didn't fancy taking lutes and guitars out to that sort of climate, apart from the thing, in fact, the thing may have got blown up too. So I had to find another posting, and I was accepted into the Royal Artillery Band at Woolwich on the basis of a 3-year engagement.
Lucked out. Join the military band. That's a good idea. That's my only hope if there's ever a draft.
I was accepted at all because, I mean, what could the guitar do in a military band? I mean, I couldn't go on the march playing the guitar. So
sure you can. What are you talking about? Just play some like Avenged Sevenfold while on the march. That'll get all the soldiers amped up. That's okay. I'm gonna stop.
Quickly got myself an amplifier, and I drew a guitar from the stores, if you can believe it, and put a magnet underneath the strings, and away I went. And about once a week, mostly in the winter time, I would be playing in a dance band. As soon as I got posted to Woolwich, I promptly got myself a flat in Kensington. And I found that if I paid somebody to look after my bed space in the barracks, I could live at my flat in Kensington and drive down every morning, be on parade by 9 o'clock, and it would appear that I was just an ordinary, regular soldier.
Julian Bream is a fancy man. That's what I'm getting from all this. I mean, all these like great guitarists, they're all like aristocrats, right? Or all the great like musicians. You kind of have to be an aristocrat to just start doing it, because otherwise you have to do other stuff like work. So kind of interesting.
I leave. I used to travel abroad, and I did concerts, which was totally illegal.
Bream's background of Battersea and jazz, his concert work as a guitarist, and his terrific vitality have taken him to the 16th century and the forgotten world of the lute, an instrument that's been out of the public mind for over 300 years. This particular lute has 14 strings, and it's a copy of an instrument dated 1585.
When you go into a concert, for example, have you got all your colours worked out beforehand?
No, I never work out the colouring or the registration of my pieces before I go onto the platform. I leave that absolutely spontaneously to the performer.
Whoa, that is contrary to like every teacher I've ever had. So that's interesting. I mean, I like that because it's less work, but yeah, sure.
No two performances are ever exactly the same?
Never. Well, at least I hope they're not. You've got to, if you like, be a little bit reckless.
Oh, wow. That was pretty cool. Alright, I think we can probably end this one here. We're, you know, we're about like a fifth through it or so, and this will probably be a longer series, because there's a lot to say about it. So yeah, that's some insight into Julian Bream. Pretty interesting stuff. Let's go ahead and get back to practicing, I suppose. We're just about done. I do want to play through my sore Mozart variations really quick, just to get that out of the way. So, I'm going to do that now. See you there. Okay, I'm about ready to call it there, because I've been at it for a while. Man, my nails still feel really weird, especially on that piece. Probably because I haven't played it in like 4 days. That might be it too. I don't know, there's something I need to figure out with my nails. Alright, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. That was the morning practice log. Hope you enjoyed that. If you made it this far, be sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment, all that stuff. And pretty much wrap this one up here. So, I'll see you tonight.